If you're completely zombied out of your mind, can't focus on anything, and all you hear is the chopped and screwed version of I Got 5 on in your head, then you're in the right place to take a break from speed scrolling, seeking mega data dumps on your rise to intellectual godhood, to enjoy things like knowing the Matrix code is actually just sushi recipes. Or the thought that bee stings, under certain circumstances, can actually be good for certain people. Or the thought that those billions that NASA's guzzling in isn't actually going up above your head in space at all, and it's actually going down below, right beneath your feet, to expand deep underground military bases and bunkers for the elite. Or the thought of the maglev train just whizzing by underneath your crib, causing momentary earthquakes, which can also partially explain some of the sky trumpet noises. Did the CDC issue a real zombie apocalypse alert? What is the truth about looking directly at the sun anyway? All good thoughts to ponder while I regale you with more from the ever-expanding Antarctica lore, and mention the ice cube neutrino detector D.E.W. Not only can it receive, but it can also send. Speaking of Antarctica, now's the perfect time to let all your friends know that you know what an Antarctica strawberry feather star is and they don't. And I didn't make that up either. It's all real here on The Savage Truth, unlike that mainstream tap water, creating a whole generation of actual conspiracy theorists who now project that psyop term on actual truth seekers, who are actually very spiritually discerning and highly researched, and understand terms like oligarchy, synarchy, and technocracy, or principles like gyroscopic spinning mercury levitation, and ether gathering, maybe a little copper with some gold foil, and, well, if you're familiar with these thoughts, then you'll also understand why most trees you pass have been intentionally bred to be male and not contain any fruit to bear whatsoever. Seems like that would be a good thing for humanity, or the homeless. Instead, I guess they'd have us go wait in line at stores instead of growing our own food, totally GMO with no real value whatsoever, all stemming from the farms that are being bought up and destroyed, all from the mind of elite depopulators. If you understand these things, you'll also understand why probiotics are made to contain the least amount of actual cultures, and if they just let it duplicate a few more times, we'd all have the necessary microbiome gut to have actual community and understand things like valuing human relationships. Or understanding why things like sand or zero actual ingredients of herbs you're trying to purchase in certain vitamin companies or stores happens. I'm wondering if you made the connection between the movie They Live and why the ancient Anunnaki are depicted with things like a wristwatch and a handbag. Which is way more amazing than the crude hardwired counterfeit wannabe tech that we have available nowadays. Speaking of tech, good thing there's not an intentional time bomb sabotage of an idea of having lithium-based technologies in light of all the CME and solar-based flares that are projected. Unless they knew that lithium would cause a certain special kind of fire that's really hard to put out. Unless they wanted everything to burn like the old road or something. Maybe that explains the thought of having repeat customers or else you'd go out of business. That wasn't directed towards the medical community. If you're determined to transcend into nirvana or access Shangri-La, or hoping the secret society and civilization underneath Mount Shasta will accept you, then ignore all the negative energy surrounding you and all the toxic quantum comment time trap bots and ground yourself in the earth. Let some light in your eyes and stay away from that mystery slot clone Tyrone sandwiches and maintain that high frequency. See you next time on the Cold Brew Conspiracy.